Have you ever wondered how the tension between Israel and Iran began? This story dates back to the mid-20th century when the State of Israel was established in 1948. Iran was among the first non-Muslim majority countries to recognize Israel as an independent nation. This initial harmony, however, was short-lived. In the backdrop of this recognition, there were significant geopolitical and religious dynamics at play. These factors would later serve as a catalyst for the strain that we've come to associate with these two nations. Everything changed in 1979 with the Iranian Revolution. The upheaval resulted in a radical shift in Iran's foreign policy. The newly established Islamic Republic severed its ties with Israel, aligning instead with the Palestinian cause. This was a major turning point in their relations, marking the genesis of a deep-seated conflict that has continued to evolve over decades. This shift was more than just a political maneuver. It was a reflection of the intricate tapestry of religious, ideological, and geopolitical factors that have since shaped the course of this conflict. From mutual recognition to bitter adversaries, the journey of these two nations has been fraught with tension and confrontation. Thus began a long-standing conflict that continues to this day. Scene script. How do these nations measure up in terms of military might and economic power? Let's dive into the heart of this question. When it comes to military capabilities, both Israel and Iran possess significant firepower. Israel, known for its technological prowess, has a robust defense industry that churns out cutting-edge military tech. Its Iron Dome defense system and the rumored nuclear arsenal are just a few examples. On the other hand, Iran, though not as technologically advanced, boasts a vast military force and ballistic missile program. Its strategy often relies on asymmetric warfare, utilizing proxy forces spread across the Middle East. Now let's shift our focus to economics. Israel's economy is highly developed, with a strong focus on high-tech industries, while Iran, with its vast oil reserves, has an economy heavily dependent on oil exports. However, Iran's economic growth has been hampered by international sanctions, affecting its ability to fund its military ambitions fully. In essence, the power dynamics between Israel and Iran are complex, shaped by a cocktail of military capacities and economic realities. The balance of power doesn't just dictate the course of conflict, but also the potential for resolution and peace. The balance of power is a critical factor in this ongoing conflict. How has this conflict evolved in the modern era? Let's delve into the heart of the matter. In today's world, battlefields are not just about tanks and bullets. The fight between Israel and Iran has morphed into a complex web of cyber warfare and proxy wars. No longer are they solely fighting on the ground. The war has transcended into the digital realm. This is a game of chess where every move, every code, every proxy counts. Take, for instance, the recent strike on Iran's embassy in Damascus. It wasn't a direct assault, but a message sent loud and clear. This is the new face of warfare, where the physical and the digital intertwine, leading to an intricate dance of power, control, and survival. But let's not forget the role of international players. The United States, for one, has been a significant ally to Israel, pledging support against potential attacks. Their involvement adds another layer of complexity to this already convoluted situation. So what does this mean for the future? Despite the evolution of warfare, the core conflict remains. The players might change, the battlefield might shift, but the struggle for power and survival continues. And as we've seen, even the threat of retaliation can keep the region in a state of heightened tension. The battlefield is transformed, but the conflict persists. What does this conflict mean for the rest of the world? The Israel-Iran conflict has long been a significant global concern. Its implications stretch well beyond the geographical confines of the Middle East, shaping international relations and global security dynamics. The intricate web of alliances and rivalries this conflict weaves affects the balance of power across the globe. The nations siding with either Israel or Iran can experience shifts in their political standing, economic ties, and strategic alliances. The ripple effects also touch upon the tourism industry. Tourism in the Middle East, a region rich in history and culture, is often overshadowed by the specter of conflict. The ongoing tension between Israel and Iran can deter potential tourists, affecting local economies that heavily rely on this industry. Moreover, the role of international diplomacy cannot be underestimated. Nations around the world through diplomatic channels are persistently working to diffuse tensions and promote dialogue. The conflict influences the global diplomatic landscape, often becoming a litmus test for a country's diplomatic prowess. The Israel-Iran conflict is not just a regional issue, it is a global one. It underscores the interconnectedness of our world, where a conflict in one part can impact the peace and stability of another. The ripple effects of this conflict reach far beyond the borders of these two nations.